Hello, my name is Dominic. I'm the Managing Director of Woodpecker Court and Woodpecker Wood Community Interest Company. Woodpecker Wood CIC is the Friends of Woodpecker Court. I'm also the Principal of the Education Provision. So here I strategically lead a pre-16 engagement provision and post-16 full-time NEET prevention and SEN education provision for children and young people for whom mainstream sixth form or further education is not accessible because of their vulnerability and struggle to access. We do it here by accessing the outdoors. We use woodcraft, we use animal care, we use environmental projects, and we enable young people to breathe the fresh air, get fed under a parachute with a fire circle, get involved in building relationships, routine, in becoming more resilient young people. An example of that would be a maths lesson based upon the feed of the poultry and the yield of eggs, a cost analysis compared to the profit of selling the eggs. So they'd go out there and do that work and then bring that into the classroom. So it's contextualised learning, it's about bringing it to life and making it real. What we do is important because, as you can see from the data that we've produced, these young people are NEET or at risk of being NEET when they come to us. And when they leave us, they're not NEET. They're in sustained destinations, 100% of these young people. So they make progress in English and maths so that they are functional in the workplace. They make progress in terms of their confidence and self-esteem and employability skills in order that they can function in the workplace. Without what we do, there are significant numbers of young people across East Kent who would really struggle to access society and go on to have sustainable, enjoyable adult lives. The problem is European Social Fund is drying up. We only have about 10% of the ESF to access that we had a year ago. As a consequence of that, we are in a position where we're seriously struggling to offer our provision to young people post-16 who do not have an education and healthcare plan. So, if you do, we have a relationship with Kent Special Educational Needs. We also have Section 41 status, so we are now a registered post-16 provider. That's great, but if you don't have an education and healthcare plan, then you're not in the same privileged position of having access to that funding. The problem is that we can't get a study programme contract because nobody in Kent wants to work with us for that. And likewise, new study programme contracts are not really being given out by the ESFA. So we're dependent upon short-term hand-to-mouth funding arrangements. But the reason why the Colyer Fergusson Trust is so incredibly important to us and other funding bodies that are like-minded is because without that funding we wouldn't be able to provide provision for young people that are NEET or at risk of becoming NEET post-16. It's as simple as that. That money is absolutely vital to us being able to provide the service that we offer. And until we as a society take a step back, have a look inwards at the priorities that we are prioritising in terms of vulnerable people, vulnerable young people, and what vulnerable young people need to break the cycle, we are always going to be dependent upon that kind of funding. So at the moment, Woodpecker Court is going through significant change. We're getting ready for Ofsted inspection. We are enjoying the fact that we're a lot more accountable for what we're doing. But the next step for us really is to secure funding post-16 for those young people without education and healthcare plans. And we really are appealing for help in achieving that so that we can continue the provision for those young people and become more sustainable as time rolls on. Our experience of working with Colyer Fergusson has been a very positive one. We found from initially writing the original application for funding, as soon as we'd achieved that funding, it was a very open and honest relationship. There's always somebody there to pick up the phone and have a chat with. And we found that when we've gone back for further funding so that we can achieve more, Colyer Fergusson's approaches and attitudes and mindsets have been very, very similar to ours. And as a consequence, we've been able to forge a longer term relationship. And we feel very privileged and lucky to have been selected for the final, for the 50th anniversary celebrations. We're looking forward to that next month.